Let me tell you something. This man right here, this man is an absolute unit. Welcome back. Your host with the most, Travis Hudson. Welcome back to an Absolute Unit podcast. This is episode 14. This was going to be the first episode that I also recorded a face cam video along with, but I can't get that to work. I was just sitting here for like 20 minutes trying to get it to work with OBS and even just a regular Windows camera app, and it just wasn't doing it. So none of that. Still audio only, which, I'm not too mad about. But also, first podcast in the new apartment. Me and my girlfriend got a place, just us two. So I've got my own office. Well, not my own office. She's got her desk set up too. So it's kind of like an office area for both of us, separate from the bedroom, because I was just in the bedroom the last place. So yeah, upgrades. But oh man, moving was kind of a nightmare. Thank God we had her parents help moving. They came up for Mother's Day, and we forced them to help us move. So I gotcha. But yeah, they helped a lot. Shout out to them big time. But man, I had such a rough time moving. So I didn't tell anybody when it happened. But so Friday, we were signing papers to get the keys. And I don't know, sometimes I just get really nervous. My anxiety, heightens to the max. And it just makes my stomach hurt really bad. It makes me feel like I need to throw up. So that was happening while we're like at the leasing office to get keys to our new place. Fuck, I hate yawning. God, the worst, especially when I'm doing this. I hate yawning. But yeah, so we're at the leasing office about to get keys. And I'm like, dude, I could throw up any second now. So I asked the person that is helping us, like, oh, do you guys have a bathroom here? No public bathroom. She sent me to Starbucks just right across the street, so not even far. And they're like, no, we don't have a public bathroom. And I'm like, no shot. Starbucks doesn't have a public bathroom, but whatever. I looked for it, couldn't even see where it would be. So I guess they probably weren't lying to me. But then Starbucks employee sends me 3 blocks in the opposite direction. So I have to back across the street and go a few more blocks to a Safeway grocery store. And of course, I've never been in this grocery store before, so I don't know where the bathrooms are. So I'm just like speed walking, trying to find it the whole time. My girlfriend's like rereading HOA papers, and like, because we moved it's an apartment in like a condo complex. The sign says condominium, so it's kind of odd, but whatever. So she's doing that, and I'm like scrambling. I'm like, am I gonna throw up outside right now? I was so close to just like stopping at a bush, but broad daylight, and I have shame, so can't do that. If I don't make it to the Safeway, I can't ask anybody where the bathroom is, because when I used to work at a grocery store, and even now, all the time, that's the question I get, and I'm like, oh, you're actually gonna see that restroom sign right there? You're gonna follow that? It's pointing pretty much directly at it, so just go that way. And because of that, I can't ask anyone where the bathroom is unless the store is like huge and I can't see a bathroom sign. Then I'll ask. But I couldn't see a bathroom sign, but I was like, okay, this is a square building, 4 walls. It's not on the front, it's not front left, front right, so it's got to be the back. So I just follow the right wall to the back, see the bathroom sign. So I'm going in, and their only bathrooms that they have in this place are like in the back in the receiving area. So like somebody's unloading a truck like 10 feet away from the public bathroom. It's so weird. It's very strange. But because of where this Safeway is kind of downtown, there's a pin pad on the door. It's like you need to know a code to get into the public bathroom, and I'm like, dude, no shot. I've made it 90% the way there, and now nothing. Luckily, this dude's coming out of the back with like a cart full of bananas, and he's like, oh yeah, I got you. It tells me the code. I hit in. Guy also follows right behind me, so that doesn't make me feel great. I'm not not trying to throw up right in front of this guy, but might have to. So I just sit down on the toilet. I'm like, okay, maybe I don't have to throw up. Maybe stomach just feels bad for whatever reason. Got gas, whatever happens. Human nature. Take care of business. And I stand up, gonna leave. And as soon as I stand up, I'm like, oh, there it is. Turn around. Dude, no dry heave. There's usually a dry heave no matter what. Like, no matter how sick I feel. Like, it's usually not just coming out first time. Sorry. I'm so sorry if this is really gross to anybody, but I might talk about vomit a few times in this episode, because past 5 days I vomited like 3 times, I think. So, it happens. It's so casual and not much to me anymore, because I went through a period like of 1 year where I was throwing up like once a month. I just had stomach issues, and things were bad, things were wrong with me, and it was worse because I was traveling a lot, and I get really bad travel anxiety. So yeah, that's the thing. So yeah, I just got to the point where like if stomach feels bad enough and I feel like I gotta throw up, I just do it. I don't try to hold it back, just get it out because it usually makes me feel better. So I do that in this safe way. I'm like, you gotta be joking me. Because the worst part about throwing up in public is like not having anything to like just brush your teeth with immediately. So I'm just sitting at the sink like cupping water and like gurgling sink water for a while. I feel like I made my girlfriend and her dad wait in the parking lot for a long time for me. Because then I also bought Dramamine because I was like, I don't know when this is going to go away. I don't know if I'm just like sick now, if this is not like just an anxiety thing. Like, this is sticking around even though we're done with everything. We've got keys. I've got the key in my pocket. We're fine. We're set. Because we were also just trying to move that day. I was like, I can't be sick. I can't be sick right now. I can't just like be out of commission. I need to help move all the furniture. So that was the thing. So that's how that day started. But surprisingly, it was kind of smooth sailing from there. The rest of that day was fine. There was one funny moment where like I'm at the new apartment by myself, still unpacking things out of my car, and one of the things in my car is my TV. Just to give you a size reference, I've got a 55-inch TV, and I'm grabbing it out of the back seat of my car. And as I'm doing that, I like close the door behind me, and a cop car drives right through the complex. And I'm like, dude, no shot. It's dark outside. It's like 9-10 p.m. and I'm holding a huge TV that I just pulled out of the back seat of my car. No box, so it doesn't look like I just bought it. It looks like I robbed somebody for sure. Police cruiser drives past slowly. I'm like, he's gonna at least ask me a question, right? No, doesn't care. Not one bit does he care. Because, not too surprised by it, because, white privilege is a big thing in this country. It's real. If you don't think it's real, you're wrong. Sorry. But he kept going, and I was like, oh, thank God. I mean, if he's driving into a condo complex like that, he definitely has better, I shouldn't say they definitely have better things to do. But I did see them just drive right back out. Like, I wasn't even fully up the stairs yet, and they drove back out. Unless they were circling around to check on me. But either way, weird. Oh, dude. Another thing was I'm driving, making the drive from the old place to the new apartment, and when it like, I don't know, when it kind of smells like weed, and you're like, it smells like weed, 420 displays. Well, I did that one night, and I had the windows down, so like somebody even commented on it when I got to the new apartment. I think it was my girlfriend, was like, it smells like drugs in your car. I was like, because I know it wasn't me. And then next day, I'm making that same drive, and I see a dead skunk on the side of the road, and my jaw hit the floor. I was so taken aback because like you always think, it smells like weed, and then you're like, it's probably a skunk. Like, that's no way weed smells getting out to the road while I'm driving 45 miles an hour. But like seeing a dead skunk on the side of the road just like makes it so real and impactful right there, right then and there, all at once. Oh, dude, that's not even the end of it with this skunk too. So driving to a new place, and I have to make a few trips back and forth, and on one of the next trips back, I see that skunk on the side of the road getting eaten by a bird. Like, it's just getting torn to shreds, being scavenged. And I was just like, oh my God. I usually don't make that many trips down the same road at once. Like, that's not a normal thing. But like just seeing that progression from like it using its self-defense method to it being dead on the side of the road to it being scavenged and eaten is just so jarring. Like, I froze up at one point. I didn't like, it really makes you question your own life, your own mortality. Like, that could be you any day. You could be using your self-defense method, screaming, kicking, scratching, then you're dead on the side of the road. Next thing you know, birds are eating you. Simple, easy. You always find new like quirks about like either your drive to a place when you like just move, or like the place itself. The biggest quirk that like is definitely just a me thing, I don't think anybody else has noticed this, but there's a house pretty close to where we live, just on the right side of the road, that has this like kind of scary bear dog. I'm not exactly sure what it is. It's just like a big, I think it's a black bear, but like just the size of it is kind of like big dog size gargoyle like statue outside of their house. It's like black, and it's kind of, I don't know, something about it's kind of freaky to me. It kind of looks like those Ghostbuster dogs. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Those things were terrifying. Did those things have a name? The one that like pops out of the closet at the party? Those things are freaky, dude. Are they called demon dogs? Terror dogs. See, terrifying. Those things are so scary. Yeah, those things are so freaky looking, dude. Like horror movies and like thriller movies with animals are, I don't know. I've never liked it. It's kind of scary. Pet Cemetery always kind of freaked me out. Cujo's kind of freaky. Those are like some big name ones because there are a lot of bad ones. Like, can't think of one. There's like Anaconda, I think, is one. Oh god, I'm looking at some freaky ones right now. Jeez, yeah, snakes are the worst. I don't mind like little snakes, garden snakes, you know, anything that's like kind of smaller than me. But once they're bigger than me, that's where I draw the line. Get that fucking beast away from me. I don't like horror movies in general though. I'm kind of a scaredy cat. I'll watch them, but like the whole time I'm not having a good time, and that means it's not a good movie. For me to think a movie's good, I want to enjoy it, you know? Sorry, that's just me. I will say there are a few exceptions. Thriller movies, I kind of make exceptions for those. Like Get Out. Get Out's a great movie. Like those kind of psychological thrillers are good to me anyways. That's some people's like whole thing. Oh man, I hope it doesn't come up in the audio too often. I'll try to cut it out as much as I can. But there's a dog who lives in the apartment right below us, and the owner came up and talked to me a little bit the other day. We were moving in, and yeah, I found out that the dog's only like 4 months old and is still being trained. So yeah, it barks a lot. Kind of scared the life out of me the other day. I was just going out taking the trash outside, and it's a black dog, so I couldn't see it, but their patio's kind of like caged off so that they can let it out there and just hang out, which is good because it's not, cage isn't that high, so it could jump over for sure, but it doesn't. So at least it's kind of like that level of trained where it doesn't run away and run at people, because that'd be worse. That'd be way worse than it just barking. If it ran at me, no shot, dude. I'm folding or I'm, I don't know, hurting a dog, which neither one I want to do. So shout out to them for doing that training first. But anyways, dude, I totally lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, it scared me. I was taking out the trash, black dog, and it just starts barking out of nowhere, and I flinched so hard. Like I jump, I'm like, ugh. Thank God I was caged up, because I almost dropped the trash everywhere too. So I'm so bad at that, dude. I jump really bad. Like something scares me, I'm like, it kind of seize up and just freeze up. I don't have a fight or flight really. Half the time it's freeze, you know, freeze, and I have to think about what to do because I'm a real logical processor. So I need to figure out what I'm doing most of the time. Okay, we need to, as a society, I don't know if the US thing, but we need to standardize measuring cup way better, because I eat oatmeal pretty much every day. Just a quick 1 minute oats, and I'm using a half cup because you use half cup of oats and then 1 cup of water, so you just fill up the half cup thing twice and pour it in. I didn't change a thing. I changed what kind of measuring cup I was using, because apparently the one I was using was our old roommate, so I don't have that one anymore. And I'm making soup, not oatmeal. Like I've got so much leftover water, but like if you try to re-microwave oats, it doesn't always work well. Like if you try to add time, it doesn't always work well. Kind of do it all at once so it gets like a boiling effect, because otherwise you just like warming up what you got, which is also rough because the bowls that we have now aren't very deep. So I overflowed some oatmeal first time I did it, and it was still soupy. I was so pissed. I was so pissed. Because now I have to think about what I'm doing. I can't just fill up the half cup with water each time. I have to go like a little under. I still microwave it for the same amount of time. So, one change in the experiment at a time, right? I can't do less water and less time at the same time, or less water and more time, I guess, because then I could have like the worst oats, because you don't want it to be like, I don't know, tough. What's the word for like overcooked oats? Because they can be overcooked. You want them soft for sure. Like you don't want them rubbery, I guess would be the term for it. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this new place we got here. Like I said, we started moving stuff in last Friday. It's Wednesday. Everything's pretty set, except we don't have stuff on the walls. That's like the last thing we need to do. We need to pick up a few new things for the place. Oh man, I feel like this summer is gonna be rough recording this specifically. I might have to start recording it at night because we have a fan in here, but I can't have it on while I'm recording this because otherwise it's just blowing in the mic half the time. So I've got no fan on. Got a portable AC unit in the other room, but you can hear on the mic I did some tests, and so that's off. So like there's no fan on, there's no air moving through the apartment. I've got like one window open outside, but then like if the dog not outside in the living room, but like then if the dog starts barking, it's louder because that window's open, so I might end up closing that. So it's just gonna be like as hot as possible for however long it takes me to record these, which not looking forward to. So but I'll do it for you guys. That's how much I love you guys, is all sweat. I'm also like just a very warm person in general. Like it's all right because I like it semi-warm. I I don't like it hot. That's why I moved out of the desert, because like I don't know, it's like 70 outside. Like 70 and sunny is like borderline too hot for me. 80 plus, you're definitely too hot. It's too hot outside. I'm sorry. That's just how it works. That's too hot outside. Especially I get heat stroke kind of easy. I've gotten heat stroke a few times just playing baseball, because I used to play baseball in the summer, end of May into June. In the desert, it'd be 100 degrees plus, zero humidity. I'm dying out there. Like, that's almost game over for Travie boy here. Travie Patty is about to be a well done burger. Yeah, it's rough. Don't enjoy the heat. Would much rather it be cold all the time. I'm finishing up school right now for the next 2 years, but afterwards we want to either move north or out of the country, and everywhere we're kind of looking at is somewhat cold climate, like Scandinavian countries or Canada. Canada's kind of slipping down the list, I feel like, every time we talk about it, though. It'd be the easiest move for sure. But like, I don't know. Sometimes I want to just send it, go around the world, go to Norway, move to Sweden, just start completely anew. I think that'd be fun. It'd be fun. You've got your person, maybe a cat or two, and you just go. You start over. Take valuables and you figure it out from there. That's fun to me. Maybe it's because I'm young. I'm still 19, but that does sound fun. Dude, 19. Turning 20 is gonna be weird. I don't know. I'm also turning 20 the day I take a flight to go to cousin's wedding. First cousin's wedding. First wedding of this generation. She's actually the second youngest overall, I'm pretty sure, in this generation of my family and kind of extended family. So I'm the youngest overall. There's nobody younger than me in the Hudsons or the extended family, really. Not that I know of, at least. So yeah, that'll be interesting. Kind of funny if the youngest and the second youngest get married first, but I feel like that's how it goes sometimes, So weird. So weird to think about that kind of stuff. See, I have a pretty small family, so it's not too hard to figure some of that stuff out. Oh yeah, don't forget, probably gonna wrap this up soon, but I wanted to hit a few things on the head. Make sure you're, if it ever comes up, make sure you spread the word of the podcast. I'm trying to get this out there to more people, because right now I'm just like tweeting it and posting about it to people who already follow me. I don't really talking about this with somebody last night. I'm not sure how to grow the following. I feel like honestly the best course of action is to try to get a few TikToks to blow up, but like with this just being audio, I don't know how to post TikTok unless I do a black screen with like captions or I reenact a bit. I don't know. I've tried to think and I don't know. That's why I was kind of excited to get the webcam set up, but it just isn't working. I just can't get it to work. So yeah, I'm gonna look more into trying to get the webcam set up. I also don't know how that editing is gonna work. I have to use an actual editing software to do that cutting, and then I'll take the audio out. Sorry, I'm just talking out loud now. Yeah, tell your friends about the podcast. Tell your friends that I'm kind of funny, or really funny, whatever you think I am. Give me a 0 out of 100 rating, because like, out of 10 is really, some people would be like 6 or 7. They don't want to listen to that, but like, I'm 69 funny out of 100. That's kind of funny. So yeah, let people know. Just trying to make people laugh. But other than that, make sure you tell somebody you love them. That's more important. Tell somebody you love them first before you try to promote my podcast. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Thank you for listening to another episode of An Absolute Unit Podcast. I've been your host, Travis Hudson. Remember to follow on Twitter, Instagram @ Travis Hudson. And I'll catch you guys next week. Love you guys. Bye. Let me tell you something. This man right here, this man is an absolute unit.